wolves in sheep's clothing. And they're lowering you off into little strange rural areas like this, as you see where I'm at. Pack your bodies up and then find you be missing. And all these dudes come from a ruthless, savage 25 summers. We back.
Payphone era, we back.
That's how you feel, man.
Yeah, what's up, everybody, man? Sorry for the we here. Yeah, I just wanted to touch on something that I touched on before about the immigration problem we're having over here. Just recently with the Border Patrol agent was attacked in the middle of the night right here in Riverside Park where we're at now. He had a right to have a siesta, take a break. He was an off-duty Border Patrol agent, and he's two immigrants riding on a moped in the wee hours of the night, set out to rob him, to take everything he owned and perhaps kill him. Fired a shot on him, shot him in the face, and the Border Patrol agent, skillful, trained well, sought cover, and returned fire. And that was the happiest moment in my life because I'm tired of Americans being victims of these scandalous Bato dudes coming from these other countries, man. That's why I'm urging Trump and ICE to continue to do what they're doing and clean the city. Few of these people. There's a bunch of them that's came in over here looking for a better life, and thumbs up for them. Hardworking, get up, go to work every day, law-abiding citizens looking for a better life. This is the place for it. But these ruthless, he-below dudes that's coming over here are here for one reason only. The only reason here is to take advantage of Americans. So I'm telling you people out there, stay vigilant.
So what's your definition of he-belows? Who
He-below,
are we calling out with he-below?
He-below is these foreigner dudes that work daily, every day, live in jungles. They live in the jungles, they work in the jungles, they walk around with machetes, they cut down things all day, and this is their daily life. They come over here, they come over here, and they start to look for innocent people. They'll lower you into small marshes, they'll lower you into little ravines by principle of let's smoke, let's get high, let's smoke some weed. And you're headed for a no good experience with these people, man, because they're ruthless, man, they're he-belows, man, they don't have no compassion for Americans. They only over here to take complete advantage and take everything that you got. I single out a lot of them. The Haitians are just as well. They're known as pirates around the world.
Pirates?
Yeah, pirates are people that roam through the land and scavengers looking to harm, hurt, and take anything from anyone they can. You know, people are not law-abiding citizens. People are not God-feared citizens. They're only here to wreak havoc on innocent people and take complete advantage.
Okay, so now here's a real one. What about the black people that do it throughout the country? What about them? It's okay because we're born here?
No, it ain't okay, man.
So
it's
what
a
about
shame
the
on the black people too. But listen, the crime rate with the black people dealing these heinous crimes are down like 30-40%, man. We can check the stats, and the stats have proved that. The uptake in crime has risen because of the overflow of the migrants that are spilling into our city. All 5 boroughs: Staten Island, Bronx, Brooklyn, Queens, and Manhattan. So,
but it was only one incident in this borough, in Manhattan, in Harlem. I never heard about anything else with any Border Patrol agents.
Not a Border Patrol agent, but at last year, Times Square, you can check that back out, man. How the officers was brutally beat up in Times Square by migrants. Kicked around, stomped on the floor, subway violence. Check the record. Migrant burnt and set a lady on fire, killed the lady, no apparent reason.
So you're trying to say black people, white people, Asian people, Caribbean people, no other people commit these crimes but Spanish. That's what you're saying.
They commit crimes far and in between, and I'm not going to give them a pass on this one either because decades ago, they were the ones that were responsible for mostly the uptake in crime surges, the murder rates in New York City, Buffalo, and stuff. But as of the last 5 years, with all of the bodies found in Long Island, all of the slashes that's going on and stabbings in New York City, all of the hit and runs in cars, and just recently the attempt on a border agent's life, it's all at the hands of migrants coming into this country. And we can check the record, man, because each and every one of them have an extended record, and most of them are here illegally.
Payphone out. So you were speaking about the immigrants and crimes they commit, but you do realize those people do get arrested. They get locked up. They get prison time. So was you ever locked up?
Yeah.
With any of them? Any experiences with them?
Yeah, back to what I was saying, I was locked up with them. At the one incident I remember just like yesterday, 1995, man, in Auburn Correctional Facility, or upstate New York here. The fluctuation of Mexicans coming into the prison system for committing hideous crimes out here by way of sneaking their way into America over here. When those group of people came into the penitentiary system, they stayed to themselves. They stayed grouped up because they was fearful. They didn't know what was going to come, what was going to happen. If they tried any of this savage stuff, activities that they used to doing out here in free life. So I had a few encounters. Did I ever share a cell with them? First of all, I wasn't double cell material. They never double bunked me. However, I do know incidents with them. I have been in incidents with them, and it's not a good, pleasant exchange. You got to be ready to get down and spank these dudes with the quickness, because if you're not, you're going to be the victim of the end of their knives. They carry knives. They do this for a living. Where they come from, Venezuela, where they come from Mexico, where they come from Ecuador, where they come from El Salvador, wherever they come from.
So you try to say the whites and the Spanish and the blacks don't carry knives in prison? I mean, I'm just looking at both sides.
Yeah, actually, well, the knife situation came from the Indians. The Indians is the ones that started the knives. The black brothers never used knives in the penitentiary. We came in straight up, knuckle up fighting, because we from the streets of New York City, so we grew up fighting. And we knew how to defend ourselves by way of fist fighting.
So you trying to say blacks in prison took the guns, took the knives rather, because other races took the knives.
Right, man. You fight fire with fire, man. You don't go on a knife fight with your hands. You're going to get poked all up. You got to go in there with a knife too, man, and handle your business. When they flip on Monday, you flip on Monday too. As they do in Rome, you do in Paris. It's the same thing.
But, so you was never in with them, but you were in facilities with them, correct?
Right. I've been in facilities with them, and then as the years went on, more and more migrants from different locations, what I call them all different types of Indians from the Indian tribe, they come in the penitentiary and they make that their home. A lot of them love it. A lot of them love it because it's more freedom, it's more things they can do than in their own country. So a lot of them make prison their home.
So let me ask you a question. Speaking of saying you had to adjust, New York City people came from fighting, then you get to prison, you had to adjust. Do you feel like you have to be a savage or a monster to successfully survive in prison? Do you have to succumb to all that stuff, the drugs, the cuttings, some people with the sexual assaults? Do you have to succumb to those things to survive in prison?
You have to turn into a different type of animal. It's a different type of element. Absolutely, yeah. I don't like to take credit for it, but I had to transform into a whole different type of animal, man, when you living amongst all of these savages. If not, you're going to be a victim, you're going to get hurt, perhaps you get killed. So, yeah, I had to resort to some shrewd tactics. I tear their ass up just as quick as they will tear one of our asses up, because if you don't, you're going to be a victim of it.
So there's no such thing as going in there and just minding your business and keep it to yourself. You're going to have to adjust, or you're going to be fooled around.
You're going to have you're going to have to act accordingly with them, man, because if you I want to mind my business and do my time and go home, man, fine. That's a good state of mind, but it ain't the right state of mind, you got to pay attention, man. You get killed for breathing wrong. And when we in there and the situation occurs, you got to act accordingly, man, or what's coming ahead, man, you're never going to be prepared for it, man. You're going to get completely toe up, man. You'll be in the hospital, man. You'll be in IVs, man. You have tubes all in you, man, because these people, man, are stabbing you. They know how to stab. They know how to use knives. They know all the valuable points. They know all of the points on your body, man, to hit you, man, blow your lung out, man, hit you in the back, blow your kidneys out. They will go to try to hurt you, because this is their nature, being savages. So,
and that's everybody in prison as a whole.
Everybody
as a whole,
man.
Adjusting to that nonsense.
Right, but a lot that don't. There's a lot of brothers in there that can't adjust, don't adjust, too afraid to adjust, and they become victims.
And victims in which fashion?
I've seen guys, man, get sexually assaulted because they refuse to turn into a savage and fight back. I've seen guys get robbed, commissary taken, get cut, get stabbed, refuse to fight back, refuse to give any resistance, and these people will take a complete advantage of you, man, and stab you. They'll hurt you, man. They'll hurt you. And me, I got a little feel for it. I was a little more fortunate, man. Like they say that old saying, the leapfrog and shit. Yeah, we was leap silverbacks, man. As soon as we felt and it got funny, man, we leaping right on one of their asses and tearing them up.
And that doesn't matter who you leaping on, what race.
It didn't even matter. It doesn't even matter, man. I done leaped on mad blacks and all kind of people, man. It didn't matter. When they give it to you, you got to give it back to them. And it's better me than them, man. Wouldn't you agree?
25 Summers. Before you went up for the 25 Summers, have you ever been falsely accused of a crime? Because you're from that era where New York cops was locking people up for things they didn't do. A lot of people, you know, everybody in prison claims they're innocent, but we know some people are really innocent. So have you ever been falsely accused?
Yeah, I've been falsely accused of a couple of crimes, man. Some armed robberies and the murder charge. Actually, when I did get arrested for the crime that I was initially arrested for, there was 3-4 other charges of something I had complete no knowledge of that would happen. So, but they had a court stigma back in the early 80s where if you walked into the courtroom and you conferred with your lawyer and you told him that I'm willing to take a plea and cop out, which is another word for us, plead guilty to all known and unknown charges that might be brought upon me, and the judge will grant it. And so, but providing you plead guilty and give elaborate illustration of what happened to this crime.
So, elaborate on how you were charged. How did it go down when you were charged for the murder? You were on the streets. Walk us through it.
Yeah, I was on the street. But when I was apprehended in the Bronx for a murder. Okay. But when I was arrested and put into the system and everything, about a week or two later, I was taken back to Central Booking and rearrested for 2 other crimes that I had no idea.
Where did the murder occur at that they were accusing you of?
The ones that occurred, one happened here in Manhattan and one happened in Brooklyn. And I have no knowledge or no idea of those crimes that took place, but I was involved in a lot of other things that I wasn't even brought up with.
So they were just able to arrest people without no lineup, no weapon, no evidence. That's what you're telling me?
Yeah, it was plenty flaws within the judicial system, within the criminal justice system back in the days. They just, once they got a fix on you and they got you for one crime, instead of them, there wasn't no real DNA that can link you to stuff. They didn't have DNA testing. They didn't have none of that stuff. So if the police gathered their information and they deemed that that person could be you, you would have to stand trial and prove that you wasn't. So actually you prove you're guilty and have to prove innocent.
So when they came for you and locked you up falsely for the murder, this is what I'm getting at. So basically, they came, you got arrested, and they said, well, you're being arrested for the murder, or that came up once you got to the precinct? How did it go?
When I got back to the precinct, first of all, mom's the word. When they're taking you from, I'm already being arraigned, and I'm already getting ready to start fighting the murder charge. Like I said, a week later, I happened to go back to Central Booking, and then they rearrested me on 2 other charges. 2 other charges that I pled not guilty to, but I had absolutely no idea what happened with it. It was a murder in Brooklyn. It was a murder in Manhattan. When they did that, it was a miscarriage of law, but they was able to get away with that because they figure if you did one, you did the other. And some way, form, or fashion, we're going to tie them all together with you, and you're just going to bite the bullet for the whole thing. Unless you got a good lawyer, man, that can get you up out of the ones or 2s that you didn't do. And for the one that you did do, man, if some people, they grow unconscious, man. So like me, I cop to it. I cop to the ones that I did do.
Okay, so from your memory, how were the streets in New York before you went upstate for the 25 Summers? Like, what was the fashion like? The food? How were the police? The drugs that was out? The
New York, yeah, New York City.
Introduce us to New York City in the 80s for the people who don't know.
In the 80s, New York City was bumping, man. New York City was like a little bit, was different from here. I mean, fashion was fashion, clothes was clothes, the food It varied. It got different since these Middle Easterns came over here and make us start eating street meat, man.
So you stabbing again. The Middle Easterns make you eat street meat.
Right, I mean, it's in every corner and every place.
Even though the dirty hot dogs is on every corner too.
I'd rather take the dirty hot dog, man.
And the poppy stores. Come on.
Poppy stores. I go in the poppy stores.
Stop stabbing people.
I go in the
making
poppy
you eat
stores.
street meat.
Yeah, I mean, they forcing us to eat that, man, and I'm watching all our kids and everything eat it. But then the police was a little different. The morale of the police was different. It was like, we the boldest, we go in the streets, we run the streets. So they was putting hands and feet on people a lot back then. But as the years went on, the thing changed, man. The police was a little bit like, I had a Buick, a 1985 Buick.
Who was the mayor back then of New York when you was on the streets? Was
It started with Dinkins. It started with Mayor Dinkins, man.
So it was Mayor Dinkins, but what was the temperature in the streets? Can you just walk anywhere? How Harlem is now, what we're looking at now?
Absolutely not, man. Crime rate was way up in the 80% projectile back then. I mean, you can actually lose your sneakers walking down the street back in the 80s.
So this was up in the Bronx?
And all 5 boroughs, though, but mainly, yeah, I'm from the Bronx, so yeah.
So who was primarily in the Bronx with you? What kind of people?
Puerto Ricans and blacks.
That's it?
Yeah, the Chinese came over here and started selling us chicken wings and french fries and realized that blacks like that, so they made their way in.
That's on every corner, too. Like
exactly, man. Exactly. But I'll go get that Chinese food. You know why?
Eat the Chinese food.
Yeah, Lester didn't call it halal, but I don't know what's actually in it, man. But I know sometimes it agree and sometimes it disagree with you.
So what type of sneakers and things were you wearing before?
Oh, Theodore.
A Theodora's?
Yeah, man. The New Balance was big, man. Nikes was just booming.
How about Adidas?
Adidas is original. All day long I dream about sex.
Clothing? What was the clothes?
There's a lot of velour suits, a lot
brands?
of silk shirts, Guess, Christian Dior.
Most of the stuff was stolen.
Man, yeah, I mean, you could get stolen stuff, man. People boosting stuff and everything like that from the stores. But Pierre Cardin, Christian Dior, Todd 1. You remember LL rocking Todd 1 in the early 80s and everything like that.
How about jewelry? Was brothers wearing jewelry?
Yeah, a lot of jewelry. Everybody was rocking gold, man. In the 85, they came out with the cables, man, the Run DMC cables. So everybody was, in their drip and their cables and their jewelry. And the vibe was different, but it was a lot more robberies going on, a lot more murders going on. At the time, Buffalo and Rochester was the murder capitals of the world. Upstate New York, yeah.
25 something.
Yeah.
All right, man. I need you, for the people, to describe the feeling. You got sentenced. Boom. You go back to Rikers Island. What's your mind state? What's your feeling? How are you feeling? Because you got sentenced to what when you left court?
Yeah, when you get sentenced from 15 and a half to 30, it's like the end.
That's what you got. 15 and a half to 30. You're back at Rikers Island. You're on the way back to Rikers Island. You get back. Now what? Describe the feeling. What's going through your head?
I don't want to fuck with nobody. I don't want nobody talking to me. I don't care about the police. I don't care about the prisoners that's in there. I need to get to the phone. If there's any resistance in that, I'm wreaking havoc. I'm tearing somebody's head off because now my life is definitely known and I'm going to be buried alive for at least the next 15 years. I need to contact some people. I need to let them know this bad news, embrace them about how this is going to go down, man, for me. So it's a real dark spot. They're a real dark place I'm in until it sinks in and then you come to terms and grip with yourself. Okay, I gotta do it. I'm damn sure I'm gonna kill myself.
Does savagery kick in? Are you back on the island? Are you sick? You can't eat? Are you fighting violent?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Savagery been kicked in, man. Once the judge start talking about this 15 and a half to 30 shit, but I never stopped eating, man, because George Jackson said keep your nourishment up, man, because there's a war going on and you're gonna need your strength to fight the war. So I was just zero tolerance for bullshit.
And you're describing the war as now you're sentenced for your crime. So this is the war you're referring to?
Right.
That's your reference to?
It's going to be a war on me, man, because the police was involved, which means I'm going to face brutality from the police. I know I'm going to face brutality from prisoners and inmates. Like I told you, explained a year ago, man, in one of our takes, There's a difference between the inmate, the prisoner, and the convict.
Well, elaborate. What's the differences?
Prisoners, dude, that's abiding by all the rules and regulations once you get up in that motherfucker. That's an inmate. I ain't no inmate. A prisoner is one that's hard down and know the rules and living by a code, regardless to where he at, how it goes down. He's going to act accordingly because he's a prisoner. The convict is the one that gets into a lot of radical and political things and walk around all day talking about injustice and social justice and classism and all the different types of races and people in there. That's the difference of convict.
So convict, prisoner, inmate, they're all different, but everybody's locked up, share the same showers, eat the same food.
Yeah, exactly.
But there's a difference.
There's a difference.
So people are going in and going Hollywood, even though they're all in the same situation. They're still, separating themselves, I guess.
Right. They all separated in the prison yard, and they segregation, and it's called separatism, where you get all the Muslims stay all together, all the 5%ers stay together, all the Puerto Ricans that's part of their clique, they stay together, and then all the foreigners, like I said, whether they're Mexican, Dominican, you name it, they got names for their crews and stuff, rat hunters, Trinitarios, Latin Kings, whatever, they all stay together amongst each other.
Now, here's somebody from the outside that did not do prison time. Y'all say that everybody stays separate, but we want to know one thing that brings everybody together on the streets and behind the wall is drugs.
With that
So
bag.
you mean to tell me the bag, money, and fucking drugs? You know that shit brings everybody together.
Yes, sir.
So it's like, oh, we stick together, for this, that, and the third, but I'm down to get drugs from this person. It's kind of hypocritical.
It is hypocritical, but the difference between the Latinos and the black brothers is that if a Latino brother came to jail, the Puerto Ricans still embrace him. They don't kick him to the wolves. They don't.
So, but what about the people from different races the Aryans dealing with the Muslims because these people got drugs or these people got moonshine or they got weapons. So they'll go deal with other groups of people for that. But then say, oh, I only fuck with my own. But no, actually you fuck with them. So it's like when it's convenient. That's how I see it with the prison people.
It is.
When it's convenient, I'm a 5%er. When it's convenient, I'm a Latin king. When it's convenient, I'm Aryan.
Right.
But not all the time. That's the hypocritical shit.
Right. It is hypocritical because it takes a person like me. I didn't run with none of the cliques, organizations, or none of that. I was straight dolo. But fortunately, I had resources and I ate things that everybody wanted. So these separate groups, separatism groups, they would send conduits. They would send different people at me, people that they knew that I socialized with, people that they knew that I freaking with, and they would tell them like, yo, my people's over there, they need this, they need that. So they'll use them to come through me.
So, okay, now take reporting a crime in prison. You got assaulted, you got robbed. If a Spanish person robs another Spanish person, do they tell on them?
Absolutely, snitching is at an all-time high, but
so
it's frowned upon.
Is that a sign of weakness in
It
prison?
is. Yes,
telling,
it's
reporting a crime. So if you get stabbed in your lung, about to die, you just supposed to lay up in your cell and take that?
Hey, listen, man, it's a hard pill to swallow right now to tell you this shit, but believe it or not, I'm going to tell you the truth because it's better if you hold it down than to run for help and then tell.
But you dying, cuz. You
okay.
got a fucking
so what? Okay,
lungs.
let me tell you something. You're right.
You're
but it's their responsibility
to make sure you are right. When
the police,
yeah,
to make sure I get medical attention.
How often do the police come around? Let's just say on average to check on you. If you're not screaming, CO.
They're supposed to make a round every half hour to 45 minutes.
Every half hour.
Yeah.
So okay, you get stabbed. They make a round. You get stabbed 2 minutes later. 32 minutes. You sitting in your cell. 33 minutes just bleeding out your back, and that's cool.
No, but it's actually happened to me, and I'm gonna tell you my experience. All right,
Okay,
and in my experience will shine light.
You got stabbed.
I got stabbed. I got stabbed in Shawanga Yard. Shawanga's a maximum facility. Shawanga has a yard that's maybe a mile in diameter, maybe a half a mile in width, and so it's a lot of dead areas in there. So I was hit. I got hit in the yard on a soccer field, which is about maybe a half a mile away from where the police station is. I made it my way back there, which took forever. And the first thing I told the police was get me the hell out of here because I got hit. who hit you. That's irrelevant.
How long did you wait?
Maybe 12 minutes, 12 to 15 minutes, and bleeding. Yeah. And
But you told, so you showed weakness because you told. Get you out of here.
yeah, but you got to get medical attention.
But
you
is
saying
that a sign
like
of-
who did it? No, it's not a
No,
sign.
who
No,
did it seeking attention, whatever.
no,
And
no,
listen,
no.
this is why I'm referencing this. One of the documentaries from Rikers. I'll try to find it to put it on the screen. The guy got beat up, and it was the lady CO, and he was hurt bad. And the lady CO asked him, "Do you need to go to the infirmary, or are you gonna hold it down?" He's like, "Yo, I'm injured," but she's like, "Oh, you gonna hold it down?" So that's the mentality.
Okay, no. So you out of your goddamn mind if you just gonna sit there and bleed and don't get no medical attention or none of that shit. But
So-
listen, let me tell you, there's a couple incidents now. Check it out, and I'm gonna keep it real with y'all, right? Right here on my arm, you see a thing. I got hit in my arm, and this whole arm went dead, right? This incident here, I held down, didn't take no medical attention. I actually used a needle and thread in my cell, and I burnt the needle. It was just another way that we used to sanitize it, and I stitched it up. And as you see, I did a bad job at it, but I held this one down. I didn't want no medical attention. Why? Because I was itching to get my ass right back out to that yard that night, man, and tear this dude ass up, because he could have got me worse, but he didn't. That first attempt on me is the whole attempt you're gonna get. I'm coming back. So I held this one down like an idiot, right? Now you can see it, the stitching and the medical procedure. It's terrible, but yeah, I'm still okay. This ain't no dead. This ain't fucked up. You still can get a dead arm from this arm here.
You're some black MacGyver shit.
I did that. You know why? Because if I go and tell them
Stitch yourself
I
up.
need to be stitched up, I needed 12 inside and 13 on the outside, and I go do that, they're gonna remove me from population, and I ain't gonna see this
Alcohol
dude.
and all that.
Yeah, man, I didn't put no alcohol on my shit. They don't give you no alcohol in there. I sterilized the needle by burning it, right? Okay, once you burn it, it turns black. You clean off the soot off it, and then you start like you're sewing your clothes. And it might sound crazy to you and all of that, man, but I did that shit, man. And man, might have been an idiot at the time, no, but the urge to get revenge on this coward that did this to me was so great.
Did you get revenge?
Oh yeah, I tore him up, man. I tore him up for that, man. You know, that attempt right there. But I took care of this on my own. Now back to what the question was at the top of the segment was: is it a sign of weakness to go tell them that you got hit and all that?
Yeah,
okay,
you
now
black-
check this out.
black
I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I get hit bad enough, like in Shawanga, where I know if I don't get no medical attention, he gonna slide me out the game. I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna die. So in that case, I gotta save my life. I'm gonna tell them, yeah, get me the fuck out of here. I got hit. Who? That's irrelevant. I got hit. I need medical attention.
So in conclusion, reporting that you need medical attention or reporting your assault to the police in prison is a sign of weakness.
It's discretionary, but I'm gonna hold that down. Yeah.
Okay, it's discretionary.
Yeah.
25 summers. Is it true, whether you're wearing an inmate uniform or correction officer's uniform, you are still doing time? Is that true?
Absolutely true.
Elaborate.
It's true because
Even though they go home at night, elaborate on
yeah,
it.
well, when he go home at night, man, then he's a civilian. He's free. But when he come behind that wall, man, and clock in and
He
put
or
that,
she.
he or she, they doing the bid with us too, man. Because any second it can go down. It can be smooth all day today. It could be real rough and rugged tomorrow, man. But any way it do, it's going down with them. So they doing time just like us. The time they doing is I hope this 8 hours run out so I can get out of here, but I have to come back tomorrow and do it all over again. Mine's is 8 hours. They ain't gonna run out, man. I got years to do. So they're in there with you. They're doing time exactly like you are. Some gonna do 25 and retire. Some might not gonna make it. Some gonna get aired out and they're gonna get forced to retire early, just like they have been doing. But they sentence is like 25 to life, man, because that's their requirement, and they can get their full pension and everything.
And so if someone has life, 60 years, 70 years or something, what prevents them from assaulting every guard that comes in there and work and hurting them? They have nothing to live for.
Nothing.
So how is that avoided?
Well, a lot of the guards,
Because
the women
there
and
are
the men,
maximum prisons all over.
a lot of the guards, women and men, Afro-American, are from these communities.
That's you're primarily speaking about here in this New York area.
New York
'cause
area.
Different places of the country is
Different
totally
places of
different.
countries are
But
totally
anywhere,
different.
but what stops an inmate? I'm asking your opinion. Like, what stops somebody from saying, "Fuck that"? I'm bodying a guard every day. I'm assaulting a guard every day. What stops that?
Because some guards don't warrant that type of behavior towards them. Some don't.
So is that out of fear of the inmate or respect of the inmate?
A lot of the officers inquired your respect. And it's not because they fear, because at the end of the day, they're going to win. It's going to be a battle. They're going to win the war. So you might win a battle here or there, but they're going to lose the war. And they know that already. So, but it's not out of fear.
So that's what stops a person who's never coming home for assault.
Yeah, common
or doing
sense
something.
and knowing that, yo, man, I might want to release this anger and tear this officer up here. But what's going to happen to me is going to be 4 times worse. Am I willing to go all out and do that? Or should I just chill and wait for the one that violates me and then give him the business? That would be the smart thing to do.
Sure. 25 cents.
Got some bread coming in, man. I'm going to be okay.
Dope.
That's a pretty sight.
Yeah, we should have got over there.
No, I'm just telling you, at nighttime,